Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back once again on the Unity SMP, ready for another episode today. Now, I've been on a short break, but you guys may not have noticed because I don't think there's been a drop-off in videos. And it's awesome because that's the way that I had planned to do it, but I didn't know if it was going to work out quite, you know, the way that I planned to. But it did, so there's not really a drop-off in videos, which I'm excited about. We're back once again. So, before we get started with today's episodes, two things I want to mention to you guys. We have a brand new member of the realm, and his name is DrJimJim, and I will include his YouTube channel link in the description below. You guys should go check out his videos. He's got some really great content, and he's a really great guy, so I think you guys will enjoy his stuff if you go check him out. Be sure to let him know over in the comment section on one of his videos that I sent you on over, and I'm sure he would appreciate that. So, the other thing I wanted to mention is my skin. It might look a little different to you. It's basically the same thing, but it has been reshaded by a guy named Zypher. He's a really great guy, follows me on Twitter, one of my subscribers over here on YouTube, and he's got a channel himself where he does Let's Plays and different types of Minecraft videos. Be sure to go check him out and tell him I sent you as well. So let's jump into today's video right now. So to start out with, we are placing down 6 sticky pistons, just like this, and then we're going to place a couple of logs right there. And what we are doing is we are making a secret entrance into the expansion of our base. Now, we're not going to do a whole lot today. We're basically just going to build this door and maybe the first chamber right back there to get us going. We're not going to do any base expansions today. We're going to ease ourselves back into the recording process because yeah, I've got a newborn at home, and I need to be able to focus on the family stuff before I can do the YouTube stuff. So we're placing some redstone dust right here, and I had to move it over because that right there is the staircase right above to get to our input chests for the furnace. And we just had to do a little bit of finagling here. I've already dug this out just because I needed to make sure that I had enough room before I wanted to start. Oh, that's not the way I want that dropper to go. It needs to be downward facing, and how am I going to do this? That's not working. Let's take this log out so that I can jump up in the air and place that downward. Man, sometimes the direction of droppers can be a bit of a pain, but what we're working on right now is we are hooking up the input switch. Oh, and as you can see, there's the staircase right there that I was talking about. We're hooking up the input switch, which is going to require a T flip-flop, which is this little contraption right here. Basically, you place something in one of the droppers, and it spits it out into the hopper, and then it'll go into the other dropper, and it basically reverses the signal, or, you know, when you hit a button, basically it will activate one time, and then when you hit the button again, it'll flip the signal. So I'll show you how that works here in just a minute. And let's see, what do we need? We need our button. Let's go show you how this works right now, actually. We're going to place down the button, and we're going to hit the button, and as you can see, that comparator is off now because the redstone that we put in there went down into the bottom. So now when we go back out here and tap on the button again, we come back in, and there's the signal. So basically what that'll do is it'll allow us to open up the door whenever we get the door hooked up, but it won't shut on us. We'll have to have a switch on the other side of the door, on the inside of the hallway, in order to close that door. So the next thing that we need is this repeater right here, and we'll carve that out, and place down some redstone dust. And like I said, it is really, really tight back here. It's super compact. I had to measure all of this out, pre-carve it all out, just to make sure I had room to do it, because I didn't want to build the whole thing and then find out, hey, you don't have room, and then we'd have to move the entire location of our underground entrance. Alright, so I've done a little bit of work off camera. Let me show you what we've done. We started the entryway, the little tunnel, but we haven't finished it yet because we need to hook up the redstone circuit. And I wanted to do that on camera just so you guys could see, because I want you to be able to understand how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a couple of blocks down right here and here. And you know what we need to actually grab? We need to get some torches, because we don't want any mobs spawning in here and killing us, or any creepers coming in and blowing up our work or anything like that. That would just be incredibly frustrating if those little mobs, you know, damaged our redstone circuit. So we're going to be very, very, very careful with that. So then the other thing that we need to do is grab our redstone dust and run this line all the way up here just like this, and then we need to take another block. We're going to put it right there. And then we need to take more redstone dust and... oh, yeah, the torch. That's why it's not going down. Okay, so more redstone dust around just like that, and then over the top of our door, and then we need a repeater. And the repeater will be set to 4 ticks, just like that, and there you go. So that's basically it there, and then we need to run on behind here and grab our redstone dust again, and place it down here, 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 and here, and that's it. That's the basic redstone circuit. So basically, the T flip-flop will activate, will power the redstone line, and I'll explain the one that goes down there just a second. Redstone signal will go up all the way over to the top, and it will power these 4 pistons right here. And this block actually gets powered from the repeater, and it powers these redstone dust, which powers the pistons, pushes them forward, and then we've got these pistons right there that will go... to the side, and then will be pushed into the block where that repeater is, and will power the bottom one and push it forward, and then the top one is powered by the redstone dust that it will interact with when it goes over to the right. So basically, it's a pretty simple circuit. It's not too complex. A lot of people have built this circuit, and it's not my original design, but, you know, it works. There you go. Perfect. We've got a hidden entrance, and we can run on through and go into the next part of our base whenever we build it and are ready to do so. Awesome. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is hide our button a little bit better because we want this to be a secret entrance. We don't want it to be out, you know, in the open where everybody can just walk by and say, hey, there's a lonely button there. I'm going to push that and see what it does. So much for a secret entrance if people can see the button. But, you know, the people that play on this realm are very respectful of one another. Nobody goes into each other's places and steals stuff, you know, at least valuable things. We prank each other once in a while, but nobody goes in and takes everybody's diamonds or, you know, special gear or anything like that. We're all very, very respectful of one another. So one thing I want to talk about while we are continuing to work on this is a new series idea that I've come up with, and it's actually based off of a lot of suggestions from you guys. When I do redstone designs like this, a lot of you guys are like, hey, can you do a tutorial? Can you make a tutorial video on this? And while this is kind of a tutorial style Let's Play, it's still done in survival, and so there's jump cuts and there's different aspects of the video that, you know, don't necessarily translate for a one-for-one tutorial on how to build something. So I have this idea. It's not an original idea by any means. There are lots of YouTubers that do a creative build tutorial series kind of thing. But I've got a great name for it, and I want to know what you guys think of it. I'm thinking, and I've already released this on Twitter so that, you know, I could get some feedback there. I'm thinking of naming this series Blueprints. So, you know, when you go to build a house or a skyscraper or a bridge or whatever it may be, you know, construction companies, they use blueprints. And my name is BluJay, and I'm doing tutorials on how to build things, and so there you go. The name is Blueprints. So I'm thinking I'm going to start a new creative tutorial series. I don't know how often I will upload those videos because I do want the primary focus of my channel to be the Let's Plays. But I do want to do those from time to time. So Blueprints is a new series coming out on my channel at some point. And let me know what you guys want to see in that. I want to do some redstone. I want to do some like creative building like houses and maybe some like base design ideas, not full bases. Maybe some terraforming. Give me some suggestions on what you guys want to see in a creative tutorial series. Let me know. Alright, so the next thing that we need to do in this build is create the ability for us to shut the door behind us quickly and easily, and to open it back up when we're ready to leave. So we're going to put a pressure plate right there, and then dig down a few blocks, and then carve this out right here. Yep, that's the block with the pressure plate, so we're going to go this direction, and I'm trying to remember how many blocks over it was to the T flip-flop, and I believe it is 5. including the pressure plate block this direction. And let's go ahead and grab some torches because it's pretty dark in here, and we need to, again, light it up so no mobs can spawn down here, and blow up our redstone signal. And yeah, that's 5. And then we'll go this direction 2 more blocks, I believe. There's a log there, so that looks promising. We placed our redstone signal down on logs above, so that's potentially it. I'll have to check here in just a minute to make sure. So let's go ahead and place down our redstone line here, and now that I think of that, I'm gonna lower it down a little bit earlier so that it doesn't interfere with our door. So we're just gonna have a redstone signal going down like that. Perfect. We'll remove that torch. And then we need to place down another torch to light it back up. Place down a repeater right here. Okay. And then we need to place a block there, and then a redstone torch right there. And then let's dig this out so that we can see. And that's not the correct position, I don't think. Ah, I missed it by 1 block. Pretty sure. Okay, so let's fix that. Okay, we should have the right distance now. We'll place down a redstone dust there and a block there, and we need to get our repeater back out. There it is. And we'll place that down right there, set to 1 tick. Our redstone torch there, a block on top, and then another redstone torch on top of that block, which inverts the signal. So it's off when the rest of the signal is off, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. And then let's hop on up here and make sure that this thing works. There you go. Door opens and door shuts. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to happen. So then when we go back out here, we can shut the door from the outside, open it back up, and then run on through into our lower base area, and it'll shut automatically behind us. So that's basically it for the redstone design, and the circuit is finished. All we got to do now is come in here and get excited because our door works. And we need to cover up all of this redstone over here and up top and back there. Everything that's exposed needs to be hidden. And we're going to have to extend the little pathway log out to about here, because we don't want any of the redstone exposed, and we want a little bit of a wider landing area once we get into the staircase. So it's going to be underground, so it's going to go down a few levels. We just don't want it to be like a one-wide tunnel all the way down to the main base area. So we're going to expand it, but we need to lengthen this hallway just a little bit more before we can build our landing room. And then we should be good to go. So, let's chat while we're building this, and you can see what's going on while I'm building it. I want to talk to you about one thing really quick. Q&A stuff. You guys ask a lot of questions, and you guys have some really great questions, and I don't answer them often enough, I don't think. I do special Q&A episodes where I try to answer like 5 or 10 questions in one episode, if possible. But for one, it's been quite a while since I've done those, and I know I just mentioned in one of my pre-recorded episodes, a few episodes ago, I think, that I wanted to do another Q&A session. I'm not so sure that I want to do that, and here's why. Because I'm not answering your questions often enough. If you guys have to wait for a Q&A session, like maybe sometimes 10 episodes between Q&As, that's not really often enough to answer the questions that you guys have and that you want to know the answers to. So what I'm thinking about doing, it's not an original idea by any means. Some of the other people on this realm do this every episode, and I've seen other YouTubers that play Minecraft, specifically like Hermitcraft people. I see they answer questions every episode. So they've got like a comment or a question of the day. How would you guys feel about me doing something like that? Now, I probably won't start it until the single-player series starts back up, because I want that to be something that I do exclusively in the single-player series. Don't worry, I'll read questions and comments from both series, So if you leave a question here, I will read it, but it'll probably most likely get answered in the single-player series. And the reason why is because Book and Quill is coming out, and I want to do that. I want to keep all of the questions and answers cataloged in a Book and Quill. I don't want to have like a massive sign area with all of the questions, and I don't want to just not keep a record of them anywhere, but I want to have them in a Book and Quill, and I don't want to do that in multiple worlds. I only want to do that in one. So more than likely that is going to be a single-player exclusive thing. So if you guys want to do some question and answer stuff, I will consider doing that every episode, one question or comment of the day, and include that in a Book and Quill when 1.2 comes out and when the single-player series starts back up again. So let me know what you guys think about that. Start thinking about some questions you'd like for me to answer. Again, I will answer them on here, or not answer them on here, I will read them on here. So if you leave a question here, I will get it, but leave them here and leave them on the single-player series when that starts back up, and I will answer them over on that series. Alright, so I moved that pressure plate and the redstone signal back to the entrance of this room because I wanted it right there at the very end of the hallway, not halfway in between. So we're basically going to just design this room really quickly, and I may do some of this off camera because we are running a little bit long and I need to get this done. But let me show you just a couple of features. We're going to use some red concrete and some mixture between stone bricks and cracked stone bricks, and make it look a little bit worn down, and that doesn't look 100% correct. I know those go there. The walls go there and there. Oh, that's why. I need to push the stone bricks out one. We'll just go ahead and leave those back there because those are not very hard to come by. So that's the design for the sides of the room. Let me know what you guys think about the red concrete. It's a new blueberry pancakes. I'm not sure what that's about, but maybe that's my new nickname from DrJimJim. Oh man, I mentioned him earlier in the video. Go check out his videos. He's got a great sense of humor. Great guy, great guy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the red concrete. It's a new color palette for me. I haven't used that before in any of my builds on this series, or I don't think any series, quite honestly. So let me know what you think about the red, and we're going to do a little bit more work on this, and I'll tell you kind of the theme that I'm going for here in just a second. Alright, so we're almost done with this room. Just want to plug these holes really quick, and we need to run outside in just a second to take care of that dirt, because it looks pretty ugly. It doesn't go with the theme of our build. But before we do go out there, let's take a quick peek at how this looks when we run in. Oh, yes. I love it. I love the design. It'll look even better when that little wall there is gone, and it's a staircase going down into our base. So I mentioned a couple minutes ago that I wanted to talk about the theme of this build. So far, we've been doing like a tree, natural kind of feel, nature-y kind of stuff. If you've ever seen the movie The Lord of the Rings, and there we go, there's our base right there, our base entrance. You can see how close we are to the surface right here. We're basically right underneath that grass. If you've ever seen the movie Lord of the Rings, and you've seen like the scenes from the tower that's at Isengard, there's a lot of like fire and lava and burning, and it's meant to represent like industry kind of stuff. That's the idea that I'm going for with the stone bricks and the red. Whoa, what was that? I don't know what it is with realms these days, but once in a while I'll take damage and there's no mobs around. It's really strange, really random. Anyways, there's like, it's supposed to represent like industry. And so, you know, hence the red concrete, and we're gonna add some lava and fire nowhere near our tree because we don't want that to, you know, burn down. Fire ticks are enabled and they're not disabled until we are given the option in 1.2, which is not out yet, and I don't know if they're going to want to do that. We'll have to discuss whether fire ticks will be turned off, but for now they are on, and we could potentially lose all of our work if we burn down our base. So let's run on back in here, and ooh, what is this sign? Don't forget to leave a like. Doctor. Doctor who? Doctor who? Oh, DrJimJim. I was just kidding. Have you guys ever seen the TV show Doctor Who? That is one of my favorite TV shows. I love watching that. My wife and I watched that together, and we watched through the entire series. as often as we can. It's really entertaining. Great educational show, too. Oh, and it looks like I missed some dirt. That's okay. Anyway, so the theme that we're going for with the red concrete and some fire and some lava and all of that is to get this like industrial kind of feel. And with that theme, we're also going to make practical use of some automatic farms. We haven't done any of that just yet. We've done an automatic chicken cooker, but I wouldn't necessarily classify that as a farm. I'm talking about like automatic potato farms and wheat farms and sugarcane farms and pumpkins and melons and all of that kind of stuff that we don't have just yet. I want to build all of that underground as kind of like an industrial area. Think of Mumbo Jumbo's industrial area is what he called it, I think. Industrial district? Can't remember if that's what he called it. But something similar to that where there's a lot of farms and different things going on that are automated, and I think that's kind of the idea that I'm going for with our underground base. Let me know what you guys think of that. So we're going to finish this up by putting the floor together. It's a similar floor design to stuff that I've built before. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through this, and I'll come back and show you what we've got when we're finished. Alright, so we're just about done with our floor design, and I had to go run down into the mine and get some lava because we need it for our lighting. And oh, whoa, 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 that was bad. That was bad. Let's get rid of this lava. Let's put that in our inventory far away from our tree, and we need to craft up a new button because it torched our button. I'm lucky that it didn't start a fire and burn our tree down. Seriously. How quickly that could have turned into disaster. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad, and I'm a little nervous here. I'm so glad that lag didn't take effect and leave that sitting there for too long before I could pick it up. I don't see any fire spreading just yet, so I think we're safe. Let's not do that again. Alright, just the finishing touches there. Lava's going in that hole, and we need some iron bars right there, and there we go. There's our floor design, and this room is pretty much complete. I think we're done with this build for now. We're going to eventually build a staircase down here. We're not going to do that today, but we're going to start expanding our base sometime really soon. So since we are done with our building project for today, the last thing that I want to do is I want to go over and leave a welcoming gift for DrJimJim. He's brand new to the realm. He's actually the first person added to the realm since I was added back in July of this year, and we're really excited to have him here. He is a welcome new face. He's got some building chops. Take a look at this house. DrJimJim, welcome to the realm. And let's leave a chest right there and check for creepers to make sure there's nobody around gonna blow up your nice looking house. So there you go, buddy. There's 3 diamonds, 32 potatoes, 14 seeds, and 32 carrots. Hopefully that will get you going. And we'll type out, welcome to Unity. Dr. Jim. You know what? Let's back that up. DrJimJim is all one word, I believe. And then BluJay. I'm on iOS 11, and I can't always see the characters on the keyboard typing out. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's get our axe out and redo that. I'm a huge, like, nerd about word spacing, and I did not like the way that looked, so I'm going to retype the whole sign. Welcome to Unity, DrJimJim, and BluJay. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. I can live with that. So I hope you enjoy your gift. Welcome to the realm. Hope this will get you started, and hopefully you can get yourself a blue sword of your own. Well, guys, that is it for today. We got quite a bit done. Honestly, for the amount of time that I had, we got quite a bit done. We got a Redstone Circuit all complete with a hidden entrance into our new base expansion. Let me know what you guys would like to see in this base expansion because the world is wide open. We can do whatever we want to our base. And I would love your suggestions on what we could do to expand this area. If you really liked this video, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you liked about it, or what you didn't like about it, or what you'd like to see in the future. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page if you liked this video enough to say, I want to support that guy even further than just the normal views. I would appreciate those supports as well. Stay tuned, my single-player series is making a comeback sometime in the near future whenever 1.2 finally releases. I hope that's within the next week or two. I'm not sure. I have no, news from the developers or anything like that, but I'm just kind of estimating and hoping it'll be out mid-September. But we'll get that started as soon as possible. So thank you guys for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, but for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.